Okay, so we're starting with number 23, so page 2, the front side. It says a small pool starts partially filled with water. The following graph represents what happens to the water if the pool one day. So to the water of the pool in the pool one day. So this is 1 day of information. So this would be water in gallons, and this would be probably time in hours. So there's no label, so we'd put time in hours. So it says on here, identify the y-intercept, and the y-intercept is the y-axis and where the graph intercepts it. So it intercepts right here at probably 3.5. We want to make it an ordered pair, so it's over 0, up 3.5. Explain what the y-intercept means in the graph. So the x value is 0, so at 0 hours, the pool has, and the y-intercept is water, 3.5 gallons. Identifying the x-intercept. So this graph, x-intercept, the x-axis where it intersects. And this graph technically doesn't have an intercept because this graph doesn't intersect the x-axis. But if I continued it, I could say that it's 10, or the ordered pair is 0, or 10, 0. So what does the x-intercept mean? It means at 10 hours, the pool has 0 gallons. What is the rate of change for segment A? Rate of change is slope, which is rise over run. So if I'm looking at A, my point is right here, and my point is right here. So I'm going to count the rise over run. And I have to count carefully because it's halves. So here's 1, and here's 2. So I go up 2 spaces, and I go over 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. So my slope is 2 over 4, which simplifies to 1/2. What is the rate of change for segment B? So from this dot to this dot, my rise is 0, and my slope, my run is 1, 2, 3. 0 over 3, which is 0. What is the rate of change for segment C? So again, from dot, our dot's right here. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1/2, and go over 1, 2, 3. And that cannot be simplified. Or write a story for the graph. So I'm just going to say, there's not a lot of room, but you could say the pool starts at 3.5 gallons, and for 4 hours, in 4 hours it rises to 5.5. The next 3 hours it stays the same, and then the next 3 hours it decreases quickly. And so you'd write that out. 24, select the correct graph for y equals -3x plus 4. It says needs to be changed. This is exactly the question on the final. So ladies and gentlemen, free question, get it right on the final. Which graph starts at +4? So I look at this graph. The intercept is here. Nope, that's not +4. Look at this graph, +4, so maybe it's this one. This graph, the intercept is +4, so it could be this one. This graph, no. So now I look at my slope, which is negative 3 over 1. So that means from this dot, I'm going to go down 3 and positive 1. If you looked at this one, down 3, and that's a negative 1, so no, that does not work. Write the equation of the graph in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. You should memorize this. The b is your intercept, so if I look here, my intercept is at negative 4. And then I count my slope, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1, 2, positive 2. 4 over 2 simplifies to 2. So y equals slope, x, and your intercept, negative 4. Write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form from the given slope. So they give us a slope, and they give us a point. So we should probably look at point-slope form, which is page 30, because they give us a point and the slope. So if you look through your notes, point-slope form is y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. So we're just going to substitute. And again, you should memorize this formula. So y minus, and the y from the ordered pair is negative 1, equals, m is your slope, negative 1/2, x minus 4. And let's keep going and simplify. So positive, positive, I'm going to write it over here. Y plus 1 equals, and distribute, negative 1/2 x, negative 1/2 times negative 4 is positive 2. Subtract 1 from both sides. Y equals negative 1/2 x plus 1. Same thing for number 27. Try that. Same formula, y minus y1 equals m, x minus x1. So again, I have my point and I have my slope. Y minus, this time it's 4, equals negative 2, x minus negative 1. I'm going to rewrite it over here. Y minus 4 equals negative 2, x plus 1. Distribute the negative 2. And add 4. So y equals negative 2x. Negative 2 plus 4 is positive 2. Same thing for number 28.
Ms. Reynolds wants to know if you've got any work from them that has been completed.
Same formula. Y minus y1 equals m, x minus x1. However, in this time we have 2 points. I have to find the slope. So to find the slope, you have to use y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Again, memorize this formula. So y from the second ordered pair minus the y from the first ordered pair, x from the second ordered pair minus the x from the first ordered pair. So let's simplify. 3 minus 1 is 2. Negative 1 plus 2 is 1. 2 over 1 simplifies to 2, so my slope is 2. Now I'm going to use this, and I'm going to pick either one. It does not matter which one you choose to substitute into the formula. I pick the first one. Y minus 1 equals, the slope was 2, x minus negative 2. I'm going to rewrite it down here. Y minus 1 equals 2, x plus 2. Distribute the 2. 2x plus 4. Add 1. Y equals 2x plus 5 is the solution to number 28. Parallel and perpendicular slopes can be found on page 31. The slope of parallel lines is the same. So if I'm looking, the slope here is 3 over 1, and the slope here is 1 over 1. Those are not the same. The slope here is 5 over 1. The slope here is 1 over 1. Those are not the same. The slope here is 4 over 1, and this is 2 over 1. Not the same. And 6 over 1, and this should be 1/3, which are not the same. This one does not have an answer, unfortunately. But if you look at page 33, right, we can talk about 8 over 6, right, you have to simplify. So I would look at page 31 to review information about slopes to see which ones are parallel. Perpendicular slopes are also on page 31. And perpendicular slopes are opposite, so one's positive and one's negative, reciprocals. Meaning you take the fraction and you flip it over. So 2 is really 2 over 1, so I flip it over, it would be negative 1 over 2. That's not it. B. First slope is 2 over 1, so the reciprocal, opposite reciprocal is negative 1 over 2. Nope. 3, so that's 3 over 1, so the opposite reciprocal is negative 1 over 3. And that's positive, so no. 4, which is 4 over 1, so the reciprocal should be negative 1 over 4, which is what we have. So the answer is D.